Good evening and welcome to RP Lumber Center, where the Bulldogs are getting ready to drop the puck against the Granite City Warriors. Back-to-back games against Granite from last Thursday. I'll run through the Granite City goaltending and starting lineup. And your home team, the Highland Bulldogs, will get number 5, Jack Nimmo, your captain. Number 75, Luke Gunter. Wearing number 19, Justin Lai. Number 14, Cooper Hicks. And his center, number 18, Tyson Hoyt. And in net tonight for the Bulldogs, senior Wade Konieczny. And we'll observe the national anthem tonight before we get started. Bulldogs coming off a 7-0 loss against Granite City last Thursday in the GC. They're looking to get that skunk off the board early tonight, I'm sure. 14 minutes on the clock as they get the helmets and buckets buttoned up. Hoyt out to take the draw against Shepard. Hoyt wins it over to Gunter. Gunter brings it in. Skates it right up the center. Shot goes just wide of Magassini in net. Lai will dump it down and in. Looking for Nimmo. Nimmo tries to center it over to Gunter. Cut off by the Warriors. Warriors will bring it out to center ice. Poked away by Hoyt. Picked up by Connolly. Nimmo tries to chop it forward, and that'll go down and in for Cooper Hicks. He'll send it back for Lai. Lai trying to work it out front. Hoyt comes in to assist. That'll go over to Cooper Hicks in the corner. He'll clear it up the boards for Gunter. And Gunter will send that out. That'll find its way to neutral ice on the bounce. And Cooper for Granite will send it over to Connolly. Connolly brings it in over the blue line, centers it right in front of Vaughn. Shot high over the head of Konieczny. Render tries to clear it out or drop it off, and that's going to be held at the point. Konieczny will direct it to the corner. And Cooper Hicks with it, sends it down low for Lai. Lai up the boards to Hicks. He one-times it to Granite. And Lai will finish up the job as he'll get it back out to neutral ice where Kaminsky will dump it down and in for Granite City. And Hicks will retreat back to his own zone. He'll send it up the wing to Render, back to Hicks as he runs out of room. And Hicks will double back over to Aravic. Aravic fans on it, turns it over in front. Shot, slow roller, saved by Konieczny, and cleared up the boards to Render. He'll dump it back down and in, and Granite City's going to get there first. Centers it right out front, blocked by Aravic. Render picks it up on the near glass, and he's going to wheel it out of the zone this time. He'll dump it in and chase. That'll go into the far corner. Hicks tries to cut it off, comes out to Tolley at the point. Tolley snaps it in, looking for the redirection in front. And Granite will clear that out. And Aravic tries to send it north, but that's cut off by Kennedy. He'll skate it in, shot, and a save by Konieczny. And he'll freeze that for a whistle with 11:55 left to go in the first period. Granite City with 4 shots on net and none for the Bulldogs. Hoyt back on the draw with Gunter and Nimmo. Granite wins it back. They'll send it to everybody. Fires a shot. Saved by Konieczny. Rebound right there behind. And the referee loses sight of it, blows the whistle as it trickles out of the leg pads of Konieczny. With 11:47 left to go in the first period. 0-0 is the score, and Hoyt will take the drop. Granite wins it back. They'll send one in, looking for the redirection. Cut off. Nimmo sends it up and out into neutral ice. Hoyt putting some pressure on Costello. Nimmo checked down from behind. No call on that play. And Magazzini will set it up for Kaminsky, who goes up the far wing. Costello will dump it down and in. Tolley over to the far corner, gives Granite too much time and space. And Hoyt and Nimmo put some pressure on and break it out. Nimmo brings it in, fires a shot, looking for a rebound opportunity in front. Hoyt tries to get it over to Gunter. Hoyt pushing it forward, and Granite will bring that out to neutral ice where Gunter will settle it at the red line. He'll bring it in, holds on to it, fires a shot, saved by Magazzini, and over to the far corner for Resman. He's cross-checked in front, and Dortch with a diving hold, but only for a moment. As Resman tries to work it out, Vaughn will pick it away. Everybody follows it to Vaughn, leaves Shepard right in front. Shot saved by Konieczny as Shepard's left wide open on the backside as 4 Bulldogs try to tie up Vaughn at the top of the circles with 10:27 left to go in the first. 7 shots to 3 now. Still in favor of Granite. Resman wins it back. Dortch can't settle it. Granite comes away with it right in front. And Jake the Snake Resman tries to clear it out, but it's dumped back down and in. And Dortch will send it up the boards. Cooper tries to center it for Granite. And Connolly sends it back towards the net looking for the redirection. And it goes all the way down low. Vaughn's able to hold at the blue line. Render picks a pocket of Shepard, and it's back the other way. Render trying to chip it around Connolly. He runs out of space, and it's back the other way where Connolly winds up with some speed, brings it in, centers it right in front. Shot saved, or blocked by Resman, and cleared out by Render. Hickson on the forecheck. Granite will send that down and in. Resman settles it on the far boards. And that'll make its way out to neutral ice. Hicks will throw it into the zone. That's Landon Flavor. And Resman will go in on the forecheck. Hicks comes out with it. He'll try to center it to Weiss, but that's off a skate. And Weiss will drop it back down low. Townsend for Granite City will get there first. And Granite's going to have a quick breakout here. Weiss puts the pressure on Connolly. Kennedy making some moves for Granite City, and he'll throw it in on the backhand where Cooper Hicks goes up the boards for Hauer. Hauer makes a nice breakout pass to Weiss, cross ice, and Weiss will throw it in wide of the net. Hauer coming in, taking the body. Granite can't clear it out. Weiss will go in on the forecheck. Nimmo sends it towards the net. Nobody in front yet. And Granite's going to clear it up the boards. Lai able to hold, but just for a minute. And Costello will turn it over to Hauer. Hauer will dump it down and in. Weiss will go in on the forecheck with Lai. Magazzini blows a tire. Weiss check down, no call from behind, and Magazzini makes it back into the net as he blew a tire behind the net. And this is going to go down on net for Konieczny, and he'll put a glove on it and get the whistle with 8:03 left in the first period. 1-1 or nothing. 0-0 is the score. 8 shots to 3 in favor of Granite. Face off to the left of Konieczny. It'll be Hoyt. Granite wins it back. They'll push it back to the D before they throw it down to the wing. Picked away by Cash Wallace. He'll try to clear it out, but Granite's able to hold, and they'll throw it wide to Konieczny. Arabic tries to go over to Tolley. That'll make its way around Wallace, who fires it out of the zone. And that should have been a whistle. It is, but apparently we're not getting our money's worth on the whistles tonight. It went off a body in the Bulldogs bench. And they'll take the face-off to the left of Konieczny. Granite wins a drop on Hoyt. They'll send it over D to D, but it's cut off by Gunter. Gunter tries to make a move. They'll put it into the corner and follow it up. Brings it out. Drops it off for Tolley. Tolley throws it towards the net. Can't get much on it. Narevic will settle it at the blue line and dumps it back down and in. It's going to come all the way around and out around Aravic. And the Bulldogs will chase. Nice move there by Aravic to set himself up. And it's turned over in front of Wilson. Gunter recovers it. And back the other way. That was... Granite will have to tag up. Tolley and Arabic play catch. That's going to go around to the far boards, where Cooper's able to pinch for Granite City, and he'll throw it in on the backhand for Wilson down low. Resman takes the body. That's going to come out right out front, and they'll shoot it right into the midsection of Konieczny for a save with 6:36 left to go in the first. 0-0 still the score. Shepard wins it back. He'll drop it off at the point for Costello. He'll send it wide of the net. It's going to come around to the near boards for Grinder and Resman, but Vaughn picks it away. Cooper fires one in the slot. Resman sends it out to the point. That's Josh Flavor. That's thrown back towards the net. Rebound thrown back on in net. Another. Konieczny just making save after save, and Lyle clear it over to the far boards where Costello settles it. They send it towards the net. Cleared out over to the boards by Konieczny. Vaughn with it. Sends it in again, looking for that rebound. And Shepard gets over and makes a save. Konieczny's putting on a clinic in net with 5:46 left to go in the first. That'll be an icing whistle. And a face-off to the left of Konieczny as he sees about 5 shots on net, just one right after another there. And the Warriors have extended their shot lead 15-3. Weiss with it, over on the near boards. He'll hold. Tries to go over to Nemo, but the fluttering puck's unable to be settled. Orn tries to jam it in. Weiss will pick it up. Throws it towards the net. Bouncing puck, loose right there in front. And Magazzini will get that covered up for a save. Somehow they counted that as 2. And with 5:25 left to go in the first, we'll get an ozone face-off to the left of Magazzini. Nemo in the draw with Weiss and Orn. Granite wins it back. I've said that way too much tonight. I don't know how many we've won, but it's been very few. Orn picks it away down low and then tries to go up the boards to Dortch, and it's all the way down to the Bulldogs' end. Dortch chips it out of the zone. Granite will throw it in and get on sides. Cooper Hicks up the boards for Orn, tries to get it north to Nemo. He'll pick it back up and wheel it out of the zone, brings it in over the blue line, but it's picked away by Granite. And now they're going to wind up down the near side where Hoyt picks it away, and he'll drop it back for Dortch. Dortch sends it over to Hicks on the backhand, over to Hoyt. Hoyt will wheel it out of the zone. He's going to wind up. Brings it in wide around Townsend. Centers it. Oh, finds Orn on the back door, and Granite's going to go to the box on a hold drawn by Jax Orn. And with 4:27 left to go in the first period, Bulldogs will get a power play. Hoyt on the draw against Wilson. Hazelhorst and Gunter on the wings. Gunter comes away with it, fires a shot on net, saved by Magazzini, and Gunter will pick it up and skate it around the near boards. He'll send it out to Aravik. Aravik over to Gunter, or over to Tolley. Tolley tries to fire it in, and that's cleared out by Granite City. Aravik behind his own net. Sends it over to Hazelhorst over on the far wing. Hazelhorst will dump it in, and Hoyt will go in on the forecheck on the near side. He'll try to send it in front for Gunter, and that's cut off by Magazzini. Centered by Tolley as he's down low to pinch. Out to Aravik. He'll try to throw it down and in, and that's cut back off by Granite and cleared down the ice. Konieczny will get it set up for Tolley. Tolley tries to go up the boards to Hicks, and Granite, he'll miss that pass, and Granite will take possession and dump it in again. 52 seconds left to go on the power play for the Bulldogs. Resman over to Gunter, over to Hicks. Hicks brings it in wide, tries to center it. Oh, just off the mark to Resman. Now it's dumped down low by Jake the Snake Resman. Cleared out by Granite City. Cooper Hicks makes a move in the corner. They'll send it around to Josh Resman. Resman over to the far side for Cooper Hicks. He'll try to poke it into the zone, but Granite will settle it. And it's back out. Jake the Snake Resman over to Cooper Hicks. Poked away by Aiden Cooper. Resman makes a move, skates it, shot. Howitzer up high, and Resman will throw it back down and in. Granite's back to full strength. Render trying to work it out front, and Granite will come away with it and clear it out. Cooper Hicks gets it over to his brother Landon Hicks. Back over to Cooper. Over to Render. Render almost turns it over to Connolly. Resman back to Render. Render, shot, goes wide and off the inboards, and now it will be Granite City back the other way. They bring it in. Dortch will chip it back out, and now Resman and Render will bring it in, and poked away by Granite. Gunter tries to pick it up. Granite through neutral ice. They'll dump that in. And Lai tries to seal it up in the corner. Gunter over to Hoyt. Hoyt throws it in on the dump in, and Gunter will go in with Nemo. He battles with Kaminsky. Nemo sends one on net, but nobody's in front. Dortch snaps one in front. Hoyt kicks it away from Costello. And that's going to be Granite back the other way. Lyle pick it up at center ice. 1 minute left to go in the first period as Lai brings it in, drops it off for Gunter. Nemo trying to work it out front. Hoyt will fire one from the point, and Magazzini will track that all the way for a glove save with 47 seconds left to go in the first period. 15 shots to 10 in favor of Granite. Face off to the left of Magazzini. We'll get Weiss, Hazelhorst, and Hauer, backed up by Aravic and Tolley. Weiss goes for the old throw my stick trick. Nobody bit. And Granite will bring that out to center ice. Aravic chopping it away. Tolley over on the far boards, trying to get it out of the zone. Weiss will do it. He'll send it over to Aravic. Aravic clears it out, and now Hauer will go in on the forecheck. He'll bring it in wide, skates the top of the circles, tries to get it over to Tolley, gets it back in front. Great second effort there by Hauer, and that's cleared out, and Hazelhorst will chase it down the ice. Hazelhorst over to Aravic. Up the boards for Hauer. And that's just about going to do it, as Jillian Albert will dump it in for the Warriors, and the first period will expire with a score of 0-0. 15 shots to 10 still in favor of Granite. We'll be back in just a few moments. Resman out to take the draw with Rinder and Landon Hicks on the wings. Shepard wins it back for Granite. Vaughn will bring it in over the blue line. They'll try to center it. That's cut off by Jake the Snake Resman. He'll wheel it out of the zone. Brings it in wide. Nobody in front of the net yet. He'll throw the brakes on, working it in the corner, and unfortunately blows a tire. Hicks will fire one. Looking for traffic in front. Right there on the near post is Jake the Snake Resman, and he can't tuck it in. Resman tries to throw it in. That's going to get cleared out by Granite. Cooper winds up with a foot race with Vaughn and Josh Resman. Poked away by Jake Resman in the corner. He'll clear it up to his brother over to Hicks. Hicks brings it in. That looked offside from here, but they're going to let him play. And Hicks jams one on net and beats Magazzini as they let him skate right to the crease. And I think if you'd have had a linesman out here at the top, that looked so offside. With 13:02 left to go in the first period, the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. And unless you hear that whistle, you got to keep playing. So Bulldogs will take the first shot of the game. Picked off by Gunter. He'll skate it towards the net. Brings it in. He'll circle the wagons. Tries to get it on net. And Magazzini will make a glove save as it's all black jerseys in front. No cleanup to be done. Hoyt on the draw. Wins it back to Lai. Lai tries to send it towards the net. That's cut off by Brimmer. And cleared out. Picked off by Hoyt. Gunter brings it in. Takes it wide. Drops it. Shot. And Magazzini's got it covered up in front. And Gunter will check the durability of the post. Looks like it's pretty stout. We'll get the net back on its moorings and take a face off of the right of Magazzini. Face-off battle. Hoyt tries to chip it down low. Albert will clear it out around the George, and they bring it in. Nenninger tries to jam one on net, but that's cut off by Cash Wallace, rimmed around the boards. Lie over to Gunter. And Gunter clears that out of the zone, and Cash Wallace is in on the forecheck. He's going to wind up, tries to center it, but that's out of the reach. And now Dorsch will come in to try to pick it away. Gunter picks it up at the blue line. He'll send it back to Lie. And our defensive zone back over to Gunter. He turns it over to Wilson, and Wilson will chop it down and in. Konieczny sends it to the corner with the stick. Connolly walks it in, fires a shot, and a save with the leg pad. And Bulldogs will get a change. We'll get Hazelhorst, Weiss, and Nimmo backed up by Ravik and Tolley. Only a partial change. Granite gets the draw, fires a shot off of Ravik. Hazelhorst gets it out of the zone, and Granite throws it back in, and they'll tag up. Tolley around the boards. That's going to come out to Orn on the near glass. Waiting for Nimmo. Nimmo makes a move. Gets it out to neutral ice. He'll send it cross ice for Weiss, and Weiss will go in on the forecheck. Weiss trying to work it out front. He'll rim it around for Orn. Orn centers it, and that'll go off the side of the net. Totally down to pinch, and that's going to get cleared out by Granite. Cooper winds up, brings it in. Ravik putting some pressure on. He'll try to pick it away from Shepard in the corner. They send it out to Connolly at the point. And Ravik back up to Connolly. And Ravik with Orn, they're off to the races. They bring it in. Ravik brings it in wide, over to Orn. Orn back to Nimmo. Oh, and Magazzini ties it up. And Orn looks upset with himself there, but that was a good look. I think he could have shot it far side post or left it for Nimmo. Put it off that far side leg pad. Probably would have been a good rebound opportunity, but a good look either way with 10-13 left to go in the second period. 1-0 Bulldogs is the score. Granite wins it back. Rinder is going to pick it up in front. Tries to center it. Goes past Hicks and Resman. Resman in the corner from Cooper Hicks. Down to Landon Hicks. Rimmed around. Out to the point. Cooper Hicks is able to hold, but just for a moment. And Granite will get set up as they clear it out, but turned over to Cooper Hicks. Resman gets on sides, and they try to hit the trailer, and that's picked away, and now Kennedy's off to the races back to the other way. And he'll throw a shot on net. Resman can't clear it out. Back up the boards. And Jake the Snake Resman will rim that around for Rinder. And Rinder mishandles it, and Granite will send it out to the point. Luckily, Granite mishandles it, and Resman chips it down and in. Resman with a nice hit to knock the puck away from Costello. He'll drop it down and in. Referee gets right in the way. Hicks trying to center it out front. He'll take it down low. They're going to send that out to Cooper Hicks at the point. Hicks walks it in, fires it wide. Looking for that redirection. Jake the Snake Resman over to Rinder. Back out to Cooper Hicks. He'll send it over to Resman in the corner. I like the puck movement. That's going to come over to Cooper Hicks. Sends it on the backhands, looking for Rinder, but that's cut off. Costello blows the tire, and Rinder skates it in right in front. Tries to jam it down low. Resman, over to Resman. Thrown down low to Hicks. Over to Rinder. Stick to the corner by Macazzini. Rinder holding on to it in the corner. Resman fires one off a leg pad. Tries to get it out front. That goes off a post. And that's going to come out to Josh Resman. He'll throw it down and in for Cooper Hicks. Landon Hicks. He'll chip it out. Rinder right in front. Fires a shot. Leg pad saved by Macazzini. And Granite's going to clear it out now, where Cooper Hicks will settle it. Up the boards for Jake the Snake Resman, who brings it in wide. Drops it off for Rinder. Tries to center it. Now it's back the other way as Wilson winds up through center ice. Lai back to defend. Poked away by Lai. Rinder takes the body. And Lai can't clear it out. And they'll fire it over off the far boards, and Granite will dump it in, and they'll have to tag up. Jake the Snake Resman, who's out on a 3-minute shift, still out there chugging away. Gunter tries to pick it away. Hoyt will finish it up. Howard chops it north. They try to bring it over to Hoyt. Granite still trying for the breakout. Thrown down and in by Cooper. Lai with some room. Gets it up to Gunter. And that's off of his stick and over to Connolly. Granite winds up. Vaughn brings it in. Dusts it off in the corner. They try to get it out front, and Gunter will pick it away. And he'll lift it down the ice, looking for Hoyt. Hoyt races in all by himself. Shot saved by Macazzini. Howard putting some pressure on Hoyt right back in front. Gets the stick lifted out to Gunter at the blue line. He'll throw it in. And Macazzini will glove that down and set it up for Connolly. 1-0 Bulldogs is the score, and Granite's going to fire it up the boards to Aiden Cooper. They'll bring it in. Shepard right in front. Big save by Konieczny as he gets across to deny Vaughn. Shepard skating it right back in again. Fires one save. Jamming away out front. And that'll go down low, or Dortch will send it out to the point. Cooper over to Connolly. Connolly with a blocker, or Konieczny with a save. And we'll get a whistle as Konieczny will get it sealed up. We're a little over halfway through the game with 5:53 left to go in the second period. 1-0 Bulldogs is the score, and they'll take the face-off to the right of Konieczny. Wilson against Nemo. Cleared out by the Bulldogs, and that's going to go down the ice. They wave it off. Weiss in on the forecheck, takes the body of Connolly. Hazelhorse there to help. He'll come away with it. Trying to clear it out to the point. But Granite sends it over to the near side. Kennedy will regroup. Picked away by Nemo. He'll bring it in wide. Tries to drop the shoulder on Connolly, but he'll pick it away. Nemo comes back away with it. Oh, tries to feed Weiss. Would have been an awesome shot, too. Kennedy winds up. Oh, Ravik will shut him down. No holding call as Kennedy grabs the stick. Nemo with a huge hit on Brimmer. And Weiss gets it up the boards for Hazelhorse. Hazelhorse throws it in on the backhand, but he's not able to get it deep into the zone. And Granite will try to set it back up. They bring that in offside and fire a shot saved, or blocked by Ravik. Wilson in the corner. It's going to come out to Josh Resman, who will rim it around for Maddox Hazelhorse. And Josh Resman will finish the job. He'll bring it in on Hicks will bring it in. Circles the wagons, fires a shot. Right there, loose in front. Resman fires it off the post. It's still loose out to Tolley. Tolley dusts it off, fires it in. And that's a leg pad save. Tolley works it down low for Hicks. Hicks tries to center it to Render. He's cross-checked in front. It's going to come out to Cooper Hicks, who snaps it in on net. Cut off by Granite, and they got Vaughn cherry picking. And Cooper Hicks races in. Konechny with a save! And we should have a whistle. They finally blow it as net came off its moorings as Konechny goes post to post to deny Vaughn with a huge save with 3:34 left to go in the second period. Hoyt on the draw. Resman in the corner. Jake Flavor. Nimmo gets it out of the zone, and he's off to the races with Connolly. Tries to poke it around Connolly. He'll just take Connolly right to the boards. And they're going to lift that one out to neutral ice where Resman gets it over to Hoyt. Hoyt over to Hicks. Hicks over to Gunter. Gunter winds up, brings it in, fires a shot, rebound, and cleared out by Connolly. Nimmo will dump it down and in. Gunter will go in on the chase. Out to Resman at the point. He'll throw it in offside, and the Bulldogs will tag up while Connolly will settle it. And the Warriors get set up. They try for that cherry pick again on the near glass, and Resman throws it into the zone. Hoyt races in against Townsend. Hicks, just behind Gunter. Jake the Snake Resman tries to clear it. That's right up, almost right to Vaughn, right in front. Render will drop it off for Hicks. Hicks and Resman skated in. Shot right there in front. Resman can't bury it as Kaimani got over in front. Fires another shot that goes off a body and wide. Lyon will dump it down from the point. And he'll get it to Hicks. Hicks will drop it off for Resman. Resman throws it through. That's going to go over to Hicks on the far side. He tries to jam it towards the net. Connolly cuts it off, and that's back down the ice. They're going to wave off the icing. As they're going to say, Lai could have dove 10 feet over to get that. They try to set Ninninger right in front, and Wilson will fire one that would have been field goal level with 1:32 left to go in the second period. Score is still 1-0 Bulldogs. Shots 24-25 in favor of the Warriors. Weiss takes the draw against Wilson. Albert gets it for Granite. Dortch takes the body. Pushed around for Weiss, and he'll wind up behind his net. Right up through center ice, and he'll dump it down and in. Warren in on the forecheck with Wallace. It's going to come out for Wilson. He'll wind up. Lyon fires a shot for Wilson that goes wide. And Dortch will clear it out. 1 minute left to go in the first period, or in the second period. Warriors dump it in, and Lyle throw it down low for Weiss. On the boards for Orn. Orn will rim it around. Nobody on the far wing. Wallace, no trip on that. Orn picks it up. Orn throws it towards the net. Weiss, shot, save, Magazzini. Wallace trying to get it back out in front. He's checked down by Costello. Orn comes in hot, and he's going to go to the box for the retaliation penalty, and Lyle settle it at the point. And with 11 seconds left to go, the Bulldogs will now have to kill off a penalty, and the Warriors are going to put some pressure on here. We'll take the face off to the left of Konechny. We'll get Nemo, Hazelhorse, Tolley, and Aravik. Granite wins it back. He'll drop it off for Vaughn. They'll send it over to the far side for Connolly. Snaps one in. Goes high over the head of Konechny, and Hazelhorse will clear it out. That'll do it to end the second period. Bulldogs have got another minute 49 left to kill off on the penalty kill before we get started, right after we get started with the third period. Score is 1-0 Bulldogs from RP. Konechny increased to start the third period. Nemo wins it back to Aravik, and he'll dump it in. Dogs with another minute 40 left to kill off. Nemo with good pressure. No call on the cross check to the head of Nemo. Connolly winds up, brings it in. Aravik trying to poke it away as Connolly will circle the wagon. They send it out to Vaughn at the point. They throw it in, and Aravik throws it back out to the point. Vaughn over to Connolly, back over to Vaughn, and that's going to get chipped out by Aravik. And now Nemo will get there first. He'll try to center it. It's going to come over to Hazelhorse. Shot! Goal! Maddox Hazelhorse buries it on Magazzini on a short-handed goal to make it 2-0 Bulldogs with 13:08 left to go. That might be Maddox's first varsity goal. I do not know. But it's a beauty here tonight. With another 58 seconds left to kill off, the Bulldogs extend their lead. The kill off of the penalty kill, let me be purposeful with that. Hicks will dump it in. Landon Flavor? Hicks putting pressure on Connolly. He picks it away, gets it right out front. Shot! Saved by Magazzini. And Hicks tries to center it out front, but it's nobody's home, and Aiden Cooper winds up, brings it in. He'll walk the blue line. Walks it down and in. Shot saved by Konechny. And that's cleared back out to the blue line. And that's going to be mishandled at the point. And now Granite's got a tag up. Connolly winds up, brings it in. Wilson will dump it down and in. They try to get that right out front, and Konieczny gets it covered up with the blocker and glove for another save with 12:06 left to go in the third. 2-0 Bulldogs is the score. Boyd will take the draw against Wilson. Bulldogs back to full strength. He wins it over to Weiss. Weiss over to Gunter. Gunter brings it in. Tries to make a move. Power move. Shot. Oh, loose right there in front as Hoyt crashes the net. Wilson trying to poke it away. Shot. Goal. As Resman blows the tire right in front, Wilson's able to recover it and chip it in over the glove of Konieczny. With 11:47 left to go, it's a 2-1 game. Bulldogs still have the lead. Boyd on the draw with Weiss and Gunter. Granite chips it in, lie down to recover. Can't hold on to it. Hoyt will come in to back him up. Rimmed around for Gunter. Over to Hoyt. Hoyt tries to go for the stretch pass to Weiss, but that's cut off by Granite and thrown down and in. They center right in front to Wilson. Shot. Goal from the top of the circles. And it's a 2-2 game with 11:19 left to go in the third period. Shots are even at 29 apiece. Resman will take the drop. He'll win it back to Hicks. Hicks tries to go over to Render. He'll pick it up, brings it in. Tries to center it through lots of Granite, and it's back the other way. They'll find Cooper over on the near side, who winds up, brings it in. Shot save. Chip back in front, and cleared out to the blue line by Landon Hicks. Ravik picks it away with the help of Hicks, and they'll wheel it out of the zone. Ravik brings it in, throws the brakes on, tries to center it to Render for the redirection. That's cleared down the ice and should be an icing whistle. And a face-off in the Granite City defensive zone with 10:41 left to go in the game. 2-2 the score. Nemo, Wallace, and Hauer on the draw. Granite with plenty of time, clears it out of the zone. Ravik picks it up at the top of the slot. He'll go up looking for Hauer. Granite settles it and regroups. Tolley with it. He'll walk it in. Fires a shot. That bounces off a stick and wide. Hauer tries to pinch on the boards, and that's going to go around him and Ravik. Ravik goes hard up the glass looking for Wallace. That's settled. Nemo races in, trying to put some pressure in. Connolly on the far boards. Chipped away by Hauer and Nemo. Hauer just having himself a game. That's what we need out of him. Nemo tries to poke it around Granite. Hauer races in, fires a shot. That's off the body and wide. Nemo tries for the wraparound right there, and it's pushed down low. Cleared up off of the netting, and that should be a defensive zone face-off for Granite. We'll take the face-off to the left of Magazzini, and we'll get Hoyt, Gunter, and Hazelhorst backed up by Jake the Snake Resman and Cooper Hicks. One over to Gunter, but it's picked away by Costello, and he'll wind up. Brings it in, tries to center it. That's off the skate of Hoyt, and Gunter will pick it up Brings it back the other way. Just faking out Charlie Bremer right there in front. Oh, Hazelhorse streaking to the front of the net looking for the rebound. And that'll go up into the netting for a whistle with 9:15 left to go in the game. 2-2 the score. Granite wins it back. Hoyt putting some pressure on. Granite will send it off the back of the net, and Hazelhorse chip it down low. Gunter picks off the breakout pass right in front. Hazelhorse looking for the redirection. It'll go wide, and Hoyt will pick it up in the corner. Down low for Hazelhorse. Hazelhorse right out front. Resman, oh man, two good opportunities there. But Granite's going to clear it out, and now it's back the other way. They'll bring that in offside. Again, this is back referee. Needs to get over to Clarkson Eye Care. Hazelhorse trying to pick it away. Granite throws it over to the near side. Chopped away by Hicks. Resman dances it down low into the corner for Hicks. He tries to get it out front. It's going to come out to Josh Resman Jr., who tries to work it in front. And that'll go just wide of Hicks. That'll trickle out front. And covered by Magazzini for a Bulldog ozone face-off. With 8:12 left to go in the game, it's 2-2. And Josh Resman will take the draw with Render and Hicks on the wings. They win it over to the far side looking for Render, but that's all Granite. And they'll dump it in and go in on the forecheck. Send it out to the point. Knocked down by Cooper Hicks, but dumped in by Wilson. And Josh Resman will pick it up below his net. We'll wait for the Bulldogs to get set up. That's going to go off a stick and find its way to Render. Render brings it in. Tries to make a move. Almost turns it over. Still working on it. And that's cleared up into the netting by Wilson. And we'll get a face-off in the Granite City zone to the left of Magazzini. Nimmo on the draw with Weiss and Hazelhorse on the wing, backed up by Tolley and Arabic. Oh, man, they win it over to Hazelhorse. He sends it in front looking for Weiss. But they're not able to connect. That one will get centered out front and chipped out to neutral ice by Granite. Tolley will settle it and set up Arabic. Arabic up the boards for Hazelhorse. He'll dump it in. Bulldogs will go in on the forecheck as Magazzini sets it up. They send that right out front. Arabic fires one that goes wide. Try to get it back out front, and they'll send it over to the corner for Nimmo. Around for Hazelhorse. Over to Nimmo. Back down for Hazelhorse. And Granite's going to send it out to the point where Tolley throws it back into the corner. Nimmo tries to hold on to it, gets it picked away, and Vaughn's off to the races. They send one, saved by Konieczny, and he'll get a glove on the rebound to freeze the puck with 6:29 left to go in the third period. 2-2 still the score from RP. Face off to the left of Konieczny. Hoyt takes the face off. Picked away by Gunter from Cooper. He'll dump it in and chase. Wallace will go in on the forecheck. Gunter brings it around the inboards. Tries to go over to Hoyt. Gunter will pick it up. Sends it over to Lai on the near side. He'll go up for Wallace. Wallace drops it off for Hoyt. Hoyt tries to get it over to the center. And now Wallace will throw it in on the backhand. Granite's Connolly will take it for a long skate behind his own net before he sends it hard off the glass. That'll come down for Dortch, who sets it up for Lai. Lai will take it for a skate. He'll drop it off on the backhand for Dortch in the far corner. Dortch down for Lai. Lai will walk it out. He's just going to wind up. Brings it in over the blue line. Fires a shot with that toe drag to bring it into his feet. Wallace will send that in front. And Hoyt trying to find his way to the net. He'll throw it down low for Gunter. Gunter tries to center it. That goes off the back of the net. And that's rimmed. Vaughn will pick it up and throws it back towards the net. Gunter down in the corner. Tries to find Resman out front, but he's tied up. And now it's off to the races the other way as Connolly pokes it into the zone, and Landon Hicks will pick it up. Ships it in. Blocks it by Hicks. Hicks over on the far boards. Fires a shot, glove saved by Magazzini. Is about to go wide with 4:26 left to go in the third period. Still 2-2 from RP Lumber. 35 shots to 31 in favor of the Bulldogs. Resman on the draw. Rinder and Hicks backing them up. That's rimmed hard around. Cooper Hicks is going to get there as they try to set it up for Kennedy on a set play. And that's going to get chipped back out of the zone, and it'll still make its way to Kennedy, poked away by Cooper Hicks on a good back check there as Granite tries to break the man out early. Resman up to Hicks. Hicks brings it in. Finds Rinder on the back door, and it goes just wide. Resman in on Wilson. Both teams wanting to call here as Rinder skates it through traffic, tries to make a move, and gets his pocket picked. He'll take the body. Jake the Snake Resman fires it towards the net, and that'll go off of a body, and now it's Granite back the other way and knocked away by Josh Resman. Granite will regroup. They whiff on the pass. Nemo chips it over to the far boards. He'll throw it down and in as the Bulldogs are changing. Granite will pick it up and wheel it down the near boards. They'll throw it in. Ravik and Nemo battling for puck possession over on the far boards. Skate that towards the net. It's cut off by Granite. And they'll reset with Connolly on the point. They'll fire one that's going to go wide. Konieczny's not taking any chances with a glove save with 2:47 left to go in the game. 2-2 is the score. 36 shots in favor of the Bulldogs. The Granite's 32. I'll take the face off to the right of Konieczny, but we've got a timeout whistle. Out to take the face off is Nemo. Nimmo wins it out of the zone, and he'll go in on the forecheck because he's going to race to beat Cooper. And Moravik at center ice. And they're going to call that a trip. So with 2 minutes and 30 seconds, the left side referee makes his first call of the game. And now it's going to be a Warrior power play. And so we'll get Hicks Lai on defense, backed up by, up front we'll have Hoyt and Nimmo. And that's one out of the zone. Hoyt in on the forecheck, trying to knock it away from Connolly. Would love to have seen a big Jack Nimmo hit there as Cooper brings it in. Poked away by Lai. Warriors setting a moving pick there. That's something. Cooper fires it in, and Konieczny gets a glove on it for a save with 2:09 left to go in the third. 2-2 the score. Another minute 37 seconds left to kill off on the penalty kill. Resman wins it back to Lai. Lai fires it out to the point. They'll send that in front. Wilson, shot, goal. No, saved by Konieczny. It went off the pipe. And that's sent out to the blue line. And knocked away by Lai. Lai winds up, ships it over. Vaughn brings it in over the blue line. He'll circle the wagons. They throw one. That's off a body, and Resman races in. He's going to pick it up and clear that down the ice. And Josh Resman again skates it down low, fires it back hard up the boards. And that's going to go all the way down and in with another 51 seconds left to kill off on the penalty kill. Connolly brings it in. They try to fire one. That doesn't make it to the net. Jake the Snake Resman over on the far boards, tying up a man. Tolley in. And Granite will work it out to the point. They'll fire it towards the net. That's off the side. Gunter fires it out to the blue line. Cooper sends it over to Connolly. They walk it in. Glove saved by Konieczny. With 43 seconds left to go in the game, 11 seconds left to go in the Moravik penalty. 2-2 still the score. No change for Granite. We'll get Render and Nimmo. Nimmo wins it forward. Granite commits a hold, and they'll hold the zone. Moravik's out of the box, and Hoyt will go in. They fire one that goes wide, and now Resman picks it up on the near boards, up to Hoyt. Hoyt clears it out, and Granite will pick it away. Poked away by Hoyt. Back out to neutral ice. Resman drives the zone. He's tied up by Granite. And now they're going to try for that long stretch pass, and that's going to do it, folks. It'll be a 2-2 tie against Granite City, a much different game from just, 5 days ago? I guess all that sitting at home during Snowmageddon 2026 did them some good, some time to reflect. As the game comes to an end with a tie, Konieczny had himself a game tonight, put on a clinic in the second period. 36 shots to 35 in favor of the Bulldogs. We'll be back tomorrow night with a nice late one against Collinsville up at East Alton. So everybody make sure to head on down there and let's pack those stands. If not, we'll be back here on the web. Everybody have a great Monday night. Have a great week. We'll see you back at the rink.